What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today I'm jumping into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time we will be heading into Avalanche, and we're going in with Temper so we can get his runs all finished off. I'm currently also working on the overview that I had planned for Elin, which is probably why you'll see me miss a day here and there. I'm almost finished. I just have to finish the overview of her weavers, I think, and just edit all the video footage together. But it's coming along nicely. I like the way it looks. I'll just have to, listen to it for sound quality and whatnot, and then you should be able to see it. Either way, we have Brass to work on after that, and then at some point Temper, because I should probably be finished this before Brass ever gets finished. But I don't think I have anything built specifically for this. No. Closest thing would probably be Smoldering. This is okay. I'll probably change that. We do want to keep our damage. Having his damage increased is good because we are going to, this isn't as good unless you're a multiplayer. We're going to want to make sure that Temper's damage itself is boosted, because this boosts his physical damage as well as the fire damage that he'll be dealing, which is pretty good. Then from there, since those are useless, or at least the healing, the mana regeneration items are we going to do that. Weapon right is okay, but he doesn't synergize with anything that we have underneath here. What I'd probably recommend is some sort of jailer. The actual jailer guardian is pretty good, and because we're doing this solo and speed is key, I'm gonna put the stable hand in there. If you're playing 3 players, probably don't need the stable hand as much, but playing solo, it just makes sense to me. Ceiling ballistas I like, but there are better traps to use. However, snap the sprayers and the spike wall really aren't necessary. For those, we can put the BGH in. BGH is generally going to be pretty good at making sure that bosses don't get too far. And while we're not too worried about bosses, I believe there's going to be one coming from the right gate, which we don't have a super long path for, and we do need to just make sure that it gets beaten down as soon as possible. Now, my usual choice here is to pick up a second ballista, but that's not absolutely necessary either, because ballistas really only work for me well here in 2 places, in the jail, and then in this line that I generally build coming from the northern ship. I mean, they do a good job there, but actually I should probably bring Dragon Lances, specifically because they're cheaper and I'm not taking the physical discount. We still have one more trap though, and the good thing about using fire traps is that you can combo Spitfire wall with another wall trap, and it makes for some very interesting setups. Arrow walls, if you don't have much else, are a pretty good choice. They have the exact same range, so you can just place them right across from each other and you'll get hits from both the Spitfire wall and the arrow wall. What we're going to be doing is basically forcing enemies into relatively narrow pathways though, so we can go with something a little harder hitting, such as the wall blades or the grinder. I'm going to go for the grinder. So if I did decide to drop making it rain, I could grab a physical discount, switch this to a regular ballista, and have quite a bit of cost reduction there. Standard 15% wouldn't be bad. I'm going to try this without it though. I think I like the trap setup. Everything else here should be good. Go ahead and roast some orcs.
Can we all be friends?
All right, so that gives us, because we have Overachiever slotted as a trait, a Free Weaver as soon as we start. On the highest difficulty in survival currently, or probably ever, I don't know. Maybe they'll expand it someday. Likely, I don't think they will.
Watch out for this.
See, based on this stage, I think I'm just going to take Anger Loves Company. Now, this particular slot is a super important for most Guardians, but if you put him here, he can slow enemies down before they might have a chance of getting into your rift, which I personally think is a good idea. I mean, not sure what you guys think, but for me, seems like a plus. Okay, now, can do something like this. Force these guys back here. That reach far enough, stops about right there. Now we can put it a little bit further up. That's good. Everybody will be going through there. You can stop this too. Let me get one of these and one of those. Alright, we're looking good. This is before they even get under here. We're also going to drop a jailer here. Just do that now. And eventually we can trap up inside here too. This just gives us sort of a bit more ammunition or time and damage to deal with everything else that'll be coming through here, which is really good. I can line this wall with another grinder and we'll get some more damage done that way. I think we should be pretty good. And I completely whiffed that. That was amazing. Alright, just gonna let the Guardians do their thing there. I'm not even sure what hit me. Like, I don't have any traps back there yet, which is great because that means that he really can't do anything. All he can do is sort of hamper what I might decide to place or slow me down later on. Which is still something that you want to be wary of. You don't want to let that happen. Alright, so not anymore. Down here it's a little tricky because as you can see the red glow coming out of some of the things sort of masks where the totems from the Chaos Kobold might be.
Why can't everyone just be friends?
Definitely want to do a bit of this. No, that's a bit too far in, but it works.
This will protect our rift. This spot looks mighty fine.
And as you can see, most of the enemies are getting murdered pretty hard.
Everyone be careful.
We should be pretty good. Now, to prevent us from actually having issues with any of the bigger, badder things, we're just going to drop those two up there. And I'm not sure if that's enough to guarantee exactly what's going to be running through here. I haven't tested this out to that degree of specificity yet, but it's a solid setup. Things burn, everything here takes extra damage from fire. It's gonna work out a-okay. There's another totem left by our kobold buddy. They're no longer. And now we can go smash some of these dudes. You know, they have added female orcs via, you know, Bianca, but where are the female bears? These are the real questions about Orcs Must Die that people aren't asking. Where have all the female bears gone? Like, there's got to be some. All of these bears are coming from somewhere. Oh wow, I completely neglected the fact that this side was opening up at all. Silly me. And another one of those. Alright, good smashing. Come on, Temper. You should know whether or not you're a cow or bull. Alright. All smashed. And those guys are basically going to die. So now we can actually just set this up.
This spot looks mighty fine.
What I generally like to do is when they first come up, slow them down a bit, burn them as they come around the corner, and then we can roast, grind, and then roast again.
Wait till Mom and Dad see how strong I am.
And to keep them in line with this particular
Like this here spot.
bit of Bernie stuff, we can do that.
There a trap, everywhere a trap. Gotta do something to keep them out.
And that part should, for the most part, be pretty good. Well, there are some explosive dudes. I gotta make sure I take out that archer before he gets a good shot at me. Whoa, almost jumped into the death. That would have been a very bad move. That head motion is so prancing and happy. That is definitely his happy place. Alright, a little bit of lightning. I think I cast, yeah, it cast the fire for me, even though I got frozen. Alright, we're going to grab hammered, just in case I absolutely need to smash somebody. Got no gates opening yet, but we still have a couple of guys that need to die. We probably have about one more wave before next gate's gonna open up. Yeah, and that's pretty much gonna be it. Actually, I should do these a little bit differently. We don't want to toss enemies backward. Oh crap. Oh, not too bad.
This will protect our rift.
Nope, missed that one. Alright, and now we have a grinder should destroy them quite well. We do want to do that then. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. The fact that those traps are handling the kobolds actually means they're being really effective. And it's thanks to the viscous tar. Without the viscous tar, the setup does not work. If you're using regular tar instead of viscous tar here would have to be doubled up, and it wouldn't quite be as effective on like the turn there and a few other places. A little bit of lightning for you. You guys enjoyed that? Alright, now I botched that a little bit. We want to do something like this right there, and then that works out. Now we have to run over here. You want to touch the corners with this. That's good. That's a very fortunate placement for the unstable rift.
I hope no one gets hurt.
All right.
Destroy the unstable rift.
Wow, that was really strong. Didn't expect it to one-shot the bear, but that's why I picked hammered. All right, so these guys, because again, long range on the Spitfire, you get a little bit of leeway with how you place those. He's on fire. You're not. Things are good.
I hope no one gets hurt. Why can't everyone just be friends?
Okay, so then we basically just force everybody over here. And then we can burn them again.
There a trap, everywhere a trap. Like this here spot. Gotta keep the rift safe.
Why are we... Oh, those guys are not dead yet. Wasting my time. We're going to reduce the cost of happy place by 75% because I like being able to be happy for a very long time. You're dead. Thank you. Alright, now that the new wave's starting, We still are floating on quite a bit of coin here. We're going to toss a couple of ballista up here just in case we have to deal with any more of those annoying unstable rifts spawning in that particular location. And everything else that's going through here should basically be on fire and grinded up pretty hardcore. We're going to stay away from it just in case we get any explosive dudes. But as we gain more coin, what we're going to do is block off this area, and that'll force these guys to come down here for a second and then double back, which is just what they do. Which means that we have a little bit of leeway to set these up and burn them, and then make sure that they keep getting burned a lot. It's pretty much the core of everything I do here. Just set people on fire and then watch as they dance around in the flames. That didn't sound happy. Alright, now
Our barricades are under attack.
it's the bear. It's the good old buggy bear. Of course. Smack. No longer got to worry about you. And then that guy's going to get grinded up. Now we just got to head back down here and finish these guys off for speed's sake. Smashed you. One more to deal with. Alright. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Couldn't see the guys over there for a moment. Boop, boop, boop. Good thing about those ballistas is they'll target the guys as they come around from the other side as well. So it's all well and good. Let's go ahead and get very happy as we prance our way over here. Wait, nope, that's the wrong way. They're on the other side. Look at me not being able to actually use a map. That's unusual. I must be tired.
Let the trap do the killing, so I don't have to. That looks like it could hurt somebody.
There we go.
Look out! Our defenses have been breached again.
So this isn't everything here. And also, if you don't want to take the Spitfire, or you don't particularly like it, you don't have to. Feel free to bring something like Brimstone. It's not the worst thing that you could have here. It's actually a little bit better at dealing its damage efficiently, but it won't be able to deal as much damage just due to it not being able to hit multiple enemies. But it's just the way it is. Smack. No one survives the hammer. I like sniping abilities, like skill shots, just because they generally happen to be really fun to use and are usually impactful. Like, if it was hard to use and did nothing, then be like, why does that skill exist? Smack. And uppercut's good too. It's very satisfying. The visuals, the sound, enemies being knocked slightly into the air, all of your traps refiring if you have kinetic reclaimers. Good stuff. And oh no! They literally froze me mid-slam. And poof. Oh wow, literally stopped just short of being able to hit him. Get shot up, sir. Alright, there we go. Figured they'd have locked on and fired their targets, or fired their shots. Whoops. More individually. I guess I was wrong about that.
Watch out for this.
Okay.
Everyone be careful.
A little bit more of this.
I'll just leave it here.
Some of that. That's probably why I forgot that I didn't have the slows there. Really should have.
There trap, everywhere trap.
Okay. So for the most part, this place is automated now. I could probably just chill in the throne room with the icy throne and let everybody die. But these look like big dudes. They're ice ogres. Not really scary. But what better to chuck a hammer at? Go for you.
There I go began throwing things at people.
All right, they're dead. Oh, somebody made it through. What are you? Didn't finish up the center well enough. I'm supposed to place another set of these guys back here. And we should definitely have some more burning bits happening back here. Good thing about fire traps is always going to be that they don't take up a lot of space. I don't even have to worry about you. Good job, but wow, all right. They really don't like that.
Well done. The unstable
Boop.
rift has been destroyed.
And let them all group up, and then you just go whee. Temper is probably a really good character to use the kinetic reclaimer with, just due to the fact that he has two knockback abilities, the bull rush and his hammer toss, hammer throw, hammer, no, it's not even, it's hammer, exploding hammer. I mean, it's a hammer toss. You just bam. All right, now one place where you could actually put quite a bit more firepower is this overhang up here. It supports ballistas, so it's like, why not? And it's because I forgot. That's the reason.
Just gotta clear my head right quick.
Whenever it gets through here, the Guardian will easily dispatch, so you're never really at a loss. And Guardians do pretty well at keeping themselves alive. Boop. So 2.5 minutes is more than enough time for this wave to just kill itself automatically. If you're scared of anything, you can feel free to cut those guys off at the pass. Probably overspent on the right lane.
Destroy it.
I don't think anything actually got far enough to even warrant trying to look at the Guardian.
The unstable rift.
But yeah, this is all automated now. Would probably toss one of these down. And maybe do a... Why is his corpse still there? Those aren't even needed anymore. Nothing's coming from there. Oh no, now Iceberg's coming. An iceberg is super easy if you have any heavy hitting or single shot abilities, which Temper has a lot of. So we're going to just come back over here, gonna turn around, we're gonna hammer slam, boom, hammer toss, uppercut him twice, and then we're just gonna set the fires up. All right, and then smack. And we're done. So that took a little bit longer than usual, mainly because Temper really isn't great at moving around, but again, making use of Happy Place will alleviate that quite a bit. But I guess you can say the same of any melee hero. And why is the launcher's volume not tied to the other in-game volume settings? That's interesting. It's always much louder for me now, and I'm not sure when that actually happened. Audio. Is the master volume for the launcher different than the game? Wow, I never thought about that. It probably is. Alright, and we got some chests. I guess I'll probably save those for now. I don't really need to open anything other than just grabbing some more skulls so I can upgrade a few more traps. And once I get the speed pad and the boom barrel roller upgraded, I'll talk about what parts I like in this, because there's been another part I've been waiting to get into this for quite some time, so that eventually, you know, if I decide to, I can make a comparison video on the best way to set up your boom barrel rollers for maximum boom. And the speed pad, just because it's a really fun trap to use. Generally doesn't make you super good in a lot of situations, and probably benefits Bianca the most out of anybody, but just doesn't have too much utility, even considering it's sort of a utility trap. But yeah, that's going to be Temper's run through Avalanche. We're going to move into the castle gates, which should be fun because Temper sort of works best in maps where you can find the enemies to small spaces. And if that isn't what Castle Gates excels at, I don't know what is. Either way, I sincerely appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you learned something from it, that's great. You guys are really, literally what makes the channel go round, and I appreciate you being here. I hope you guys are well, and until next time, as always, have a good one, folks.